The next phase of the storm, as we get a lot of upper level dynamics in, we'll be looking at all of this starting to switch over to accumulating snow. So when we're back on the newscast in the Pix 11 News at 5 and 6, we'll be talking about some very intense snow rates before everything starts to exit the coast. If I were to favor an area that could overachieve, it's going to be this area of western Connecticut, southeastern Connecticut, down towards northeastern New Jersey, where some areas may walk out of the storm with over 4 inches of snow. We go to Julie Millet. She's in Central Park. It's an area that has a lot of tough time accumulating snow, at least early on, but we are expecting more later. Julie, what are you seeing on the grounds? Grounds are pretty wet still, right?
They're wet, but as you mentioned, they're not really accumulating anything. You can see behind me, we've got plenty of people out for their morning jog. This guy behind me right here wearing shorts, unbothered by all this snow that's coming down right now. It does seem to have picked up a bit from when we talked to you last half hour. The snow seems to be coming down a little bit faster, and we know that we are expecting to see more throughout the day, so perhaps that makes sense. It does look very idyllic here in Central Park. Lots of people out for their morning walks with their dogs. We have pet several dogs since we saw you last at 8 o'clock this morning. People saying they're really just enjoying the beauty of it with this kind of snow, but we know that the city is taking it very seriously, as you always should when this kind of snow is falling from the sky. We are talking about 700 salt spreaders that hit the ground yesterday here in the city, getting the streets ready for this snowfall. 2,000 plows at the ready to go to clear these streets. With 1 to 3 inches is what's expected here in and around the city. We're asked the sanitation department, is this overkill for a storm like this? And they said, really, in their line of work, there's no such thing as being overprepared.
Prepare for the worst case scenario. Unfortunately, even if it's a small percentage, the department has to be prepared. So yeah, you're right. Something as small as an inch might not be a big deal, but something when we have a range up to 4 to 5 inches, we have to treat it like a real storm. So we'll be prepared for it, because it's not easy just to shift gears at the last minute.
And back out here live, we know Mayor Mamdani urging people this morning to check on their neighbors, to stay inside if you can today. Take mass transit if you do have to go out, and just take the snow seriously, because it can be very dangerous as it hits those roads, and the areas that are expecting more of that snow, it could make for some very dangerous driving conditions later on today. For now, here in Central Park, like we said, looking very picture perfect here this morning. People out enjoying this New York City snowfall. Surely getting a beautiful view here of the park, as you can see behind us. The trees starting to turn a little bit white, and everyone out doing their morning activities here. Not a bad assignment for a morning reporter on a Sunday morning here at Central Park. John, I'll send it back to you.
Certainly looks magical out there, Julie. Thank you very much. So much nicer when the snow falls on a Sunday morning rather than a Monday morning, right? All right, minute.